Let's talk about Quenda. With Amorim arriving at United, it's becoming very, very important. And we're going to start looking at profiles that could fit the complex 3-4-3 system that we're expecting him to bring. Now, he might not, but until we actually see what's going on, we're going to have to presume a couple of things. And this is the one that we're going to presume. So, Geovany Quenda, 17 years of age, currently the right wing-back / winger for Sporting. Market value of supposedly around about 15 million euros. But we all know once United tax gets added to that, it'll be significantly higher. But here's why he probably makes a hell of a lot of sense for us as a club to look at bringing him in. Now, Quenda has already thrived under Amorim's management at Sporting Lisbon. He's a very versatile right-back or winger that would fit into Amorim's 3-4-3 setup. He's got the familiarity with Amorim's tactics, and it could ensure a smoother transition for both the player and for the team. At just 17, he represents a very positive future. The performances that we've been seeing from him on the pitch have been genuinely quite spectacular, to be honest, when you consider his age. He's got dynamism, there's speed, there's a knack for key passes and goals. The potential with him is genuinely sky high. And while everyone's thinking about Gyökeres potentially being the option that United bring if they do dip into Sporting before bringing any players in, I think Quenda represents probably better value and probably a more gettable target. Not to say that I don't think Gyökeres would be a really good idea, because I do think he'd be a good idea. I just don't feel like it's a realistic possibility for United. I feel like Quenda would be a bit more gettable. Now, like I said, potential sky high. He fits with the sort of long-term investment strategy that Ineos say is what they favour. So for me, it would represent a really, really good option for us. Now, despite the youth that he obviously has, Quenda has shown that he can play at the highest level already. He's featured and contributed significantly already to Sporting's matches, including against Manchester City recently. That suggests that even though he might be a future asset, he's not just a future asset. He could also make an immediate impact. United need upgrading. The flanks need upgrading. There's depth needs upgrading. Anthony's shortcomings are well known, and bringing in someone like Quenda could offer new energy, new creativity, and competition for place in the wide areas. United have got a very successful history of Portuguese players that have come from Sporting Lisbon. Cristiano Ronaldo, Nani, Bruno Fernandes. There's been a hell of a lot of players that have done well that we've brought from Sporting Lisbon. Not all of them have been Cristiano Ronaldo, but we've had a pretty good history with it. In terms of the versatility that he would bring and his playing style, he was a right winger, and then he's shown the adaptability to start playing as a wing-back, showcasing both tactical flexibility and also becoming an increasingly valuable asset when it comes to, when you're evaluating a transfer, just seeing someone that isn't just be like, that's where I play, deal with it and sling it, but someone that's actually willing to go and try another position is quite a valuable asset anyway. His ability to cover other positions at an elite level gives the manager a lot of options in that variety. In terms of his actual skill set then, he's exceptional when it comes to dribbling. He's got extremely quick feet. It makes him very, very hard to dispossess when he's on the ball. He's good at creating chances. He does have a knack, like I said, for getting a key pass or getting assists. And he's got a real strong physical presence, which you've got to think would probably improve with age and experience. Obviously, good pace, very good acceleration. He's very effective in both counterattacks and in transition. He's capable when it comes to 1v1s. He often beats his defenders with what looks like ease. And he's not all-out attack as well. He is an offensive player, and that's his primary function, but he contributes defensively. He gets his tackles in, he does well in his duels, and I think that's where the value of him starts to come in. He is a valuable asset to a team, and he also makes sure that he's not a passenger when it comes to tough games, as you'll have seen against Manchester City. Now, he was transferred from Benfica to Sporting back in 2019. He quickly rose through the ranks. He made his senior debut and scored against Porto in the Supertaça Candido, becoming Sporting's youngest goal scorer at that time. He represented Portugal at youth level. He did so in the UEFA Under-17 European Championships, where they finished runners-up. and he's been doing it in the Champions League as well. He's got 4 games, 3 of those have been starts, 261 minutes played so far, 1 assist, 2 key passes, 2 big chances created, 4 out of 6 dribbles completed. Amorim has been on record praising his talent, his maturity, his game understanding, likened him to a lot of senior players. And I think when you're starting to evaluate youngsters, one of the massive things that think Kobbie Mainoo, right? When you get a young player breaking through, Wayne Rooney, a lot of young players can break through on raw physicality alone. There's a lot of that. You get some, freak athletes that come through as youngsters, and they're just 4 or 5 years ahead of their biology, or where their biology should be for their age. That's one thing. And there's an asset attached to that. But I think the players that can unlock the top level, I think the raw physicality goes away to a greater or lesser extent. And I think the ones who can play with maturity, the ones who have got game understanding, game IQ, can actually understand football like a Kobbie Mainoo, like a Wayne Rooney, early. Like they play with 100 game experience on their debut. Those players are special. And if Amorim's suggesting Quenda has got that locked down already in terms of the maturity and the game IQ, that's massive. It's genuinely massive. Now, he is seen as one of the brightest prospects in world football at the moment. So I think his market value will not be the 15 million that it says, online. He's got potential to become a key player for both club, even if he stays at Sporting, and country. The development trajectory you would expect him to go on suggests he would be a first choice player in a Champions League club in his teens. Now, he's very much the type of young, high ceiling player any club should be looking to sign. But if Manchester United are going down this pathway with Ineos, where they said they want to buy stars before they're stars, this is it. This is one of those. He represents everything that you want in that modern day winger or fullback, with a blend of technical skill, tactical adaptability, and physical maturity. He's a perfect profile of player to come in and excel, because he already knows Amorim's system down to a T, and he can provide cover in more than one area. The price would absolutely be higher than the listed advertised price, but he wouldn't be breaking the bank. You're not talking 100 million for him, but he represents fantastic value. And I think actually United's record of signings from Portugal suggests that the exchange rate for what players are getting in Portugal versus what they then deliver in the Premier League is pretty high. It's pretty good. So, as much as I would absolutely bite your hand off for Gyökeres, Quenda is the Sporting player that United should be looking to bring in, if they can only bring in one from Amorim's former club. Please let me know your thoughts. Do you agree? Or would you go, we need goals to get Gyökeres in? That's fine. Let me know your comments. Let me know your thoughts. And I'll see you in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.